module or lesson 15.1, understand decimal multiplication patterns. I can multiply decimals by powers of 10 that are both greater than and less than 1. Spark your learning. DNA is the genetic code that determines many of your traits. It is found rolled up inside your body cells. Uncoiled, each strand of DNA is 71 inches long. This measurement is equivalent to about 1.8 meters. What is the length of 10 uncoiled DNA strands placed in inches and in meters? So here is our inches, here's our meters, and then they want to know what the length of 10 of them placed in would be. Okay, so we did a lot of these on daily buckets, right? Okay, so it should just be kind of a review. So when do we go to the left? When do we move the decimal place to the left? When you are dividing by whole units of 10, or you are multiplying by decimals and units of 10, right? And then you move it to the right when you are multiplying by whole numbers or units of 10, right? Okay, or you are dividing by decimals or fractions. Okay, all right, so we have 71 and then times 10. So what am I going to do? Move it one place to the right. So my answer is 710 inches, right? For 10 of them. They relate end to end. And then 1.8 meters. And I'm going to multiply it times 10. So I move it one place to the right. And my new answer is 18 meters. Bill understanding. A discount store sells all items for 98 cents each. Items can be bought in boxes of 10, 100, or 1,000. Julie wants to know how much each box will cost. Use the pattern to answer the question. How much will it cost to buy one box of 10 items? So how much would it cost? $9.80, because with money we have to have how many places after the decimal? 2. So how about 100 items? Guys, look at your chart that they have. $98. Now, do we have to put the change? No, because it would just be holding spots. Okay, and how about 1,000 items? $980. What is the value of the digit 9 in 9,800? So what's the value? It's in the tenth spot, so it'd be 9 tenths, right? Okay, how about the 9 in 8,000? So 9 ones, right? And then the value in 98? 9 tens. And then the value in 980? 900. And remember, does that one have THS on it? No, because it's before the decimal, right? In which direction do the digits shift as you multiply by increasing powers of 10? So which we move to the right. How does the shifting of the digits affect the position of the decimal point as you multiply by increasing powers of 10? Oh, sorry guys, I read that backwards. So the digits switch and move to the left. Sorry, I pay attention to that. I was thinking the decimal place. The digits are moving to the left. The decimal place is moving to the right. Okay, so the movement of the decimal point in the patterns above. So basically, it's what we always do on our daily bucket. So times 10, you would move it one place to the right. Times 100, you would move it, you would show 2 loops and move it 2 places to the right. 1,000, you would show 3 loops because we have 3 zeros. And then we need to put what in there to hold a spot? A 0. Okay. This is Julie sells jumpers on her website for $2 35 cents each. She sold 10 to the second power of jump ropes last week. How much did she earn? So we're also going to start adding in exponents. Okay, so and 10 to the 0 exponent is also a 1. Okay, so anything times 1 is itself, right? Okay, 10 to the first power is, what do you guys think? 10. Okay, so we're going to move it the decimal one place to the right, and our new answer is 23.5. 10 to the second power is how much? 100. Okay, so basically they're saying how many zeros you need to add behind the 1. Does that make sense? Okay, with their little exponent, that's how many zeros you need to add. So we would move over 2 places to the right, and we now have 235. 10 to the third power is what? It is 1,000, right? Because you have a 1 with 3 zeros. And then we move our decimal how many places? 3 places to the right, and we have to add a 0 to hold our spot. So our new number is 2,350. Which equation shows 2 and 35 hundredths multiplied by 10 ones? So which one shows that? Which exponent? So 10 to the first power times 2 and 3,500, right? Okay, write the equation using a factor of 10. So basically we just replace the 10 to the first power with 10, which we did that, right? Okay, we wrote over it times 2 and 3,500. How does the placement of the decimal point in the product compare to the placement in 2 and 3,500? So we moved it one place to the right. Okay, so the decimal is one place further to the right. Which equation shows 2 and 35 hundredths multiplied by 10 3 times? So which one shows that? Which exponential power? So 10 to the third power. Write this equation using factors of 10. So we did that up there already. We replaced it with what? 1,000. Or you can also write 10 times 10 times 10 times 2 to the, or 2 and 3,500. How does the placement of the decimal point in the product compare to the placement in 2 and 3,500? So once again, it got moved. So the decimal is 3 places further to the right. How much did Mrs. Jimmy earn last week from selling 10 to the second jump rope? So we go up here to the second power. How much money did she earn? $235. Bill understanding numbers read the first place finisher in a magazine drive raised $935 in sales. Most participants raised 1/10 of that amount. The least amount raised was 1/100 of that amount. So use patterns to answer these questions. So as we've learned, when you multiply by decimals or unit fractions, you go to the left. If you multiply by whole numbers, you go to the right. Okay. So what is the value of the 5 in 935? So 5 ones, right? What is it in 9, 3, and 5 tenths? 5 tenths, right? And then 9 and 35 hundredths. So 500. And don't forget to put THS, right? Because we're after the decimal. How do the digits shift as you multiply by 1/10 and 100? Which way do the digits shift? No, the decimal shifts to the left. The digits shift to the right. Okay. Okay, and then the decimal point we said shifts to the one. How much do most participants raise? So how much money does most participants raise? Because it said the 1/10, right? So that would be right here. So $93.50. And since we're doing money, you have to have two place values after the decimal for the change. Okay, how much is the least amount that most people raise? $9.35. Check understanding. Chromosome 13 in the human body contains a DNA molecule that is about 3 and 1900 centimeters long. What is the length of 1,000 of these molecules? So I'm going to show my work and I'm going to write the original number, which was 3 and 1900. Okay? And then they want to know how many of those? 1,000. So am I going to loop to the right or to the left? To the right, because it's a whole number, correct? How many zeros do I have? 3. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and I have to put 1 in there to hold my spot. A 0, so it would be 3,190 centimeters. So that would be showing my work, right? What is the combined length of 10 to the second of these molecules? So once again, I'm going to write 3 and 1900 because that's my original number, right? What is 10 to the second power? 100. So I'm going to just write 100 over this. So that helps me remember what it is. Now, am I going to the right or to the left? To the right, because I have a whole number, right? So I'm going to leave how many places? 2. So 1, 2, and my answer is 319 centimeters. What is 1/10 of the length of the chromosome 13? So my original number was 3 and 1900. Now I'm multiplying times a decimal. So am I going to the left or to the right? To the left, because I'm doing a decimal this time. How many place values do I have? 1. So I only loop one place to the left. So my answer is 319,000 of a centimeter. On your own, number 4 is 10. The length of a single DNA molecule is 3 and 4/10 nanometers. What is the combined length of 100 DNA molecules? So we have this 3 and 4/10. And then they want to know what the combined length of 100 of those are. So that's 3.4. And then I'm going to multiply it times 100. So am I doing a whole number or a decimal? A whole number. And then am I going to go to the left or to the right? To the right. How many places? 2. Because it's 100. 1, 2. So I have to put 1 in there to hold my spot. A 0. So 340 nanometers.